Welcome to our brand new podcast called Coffee and Bad Decisions, a podcast. We decided that we wanted to have a podcast that was separate from spooky, and that we could just talk about whatever, so that we could just leave the spooky in the spooky. So here we are with a brand new podcast. Hey guys, I'm still Allegedly Outlaw.
And I'm still Chainsaw Dolly.
We just have a different house right now. So in this different house, we're going to talk about all kinds of different things. As Ashley eats her grapes.
It's actually a vitamin.
Is it really? It looked like you were eating grapes.
No, it's they melted together in transit.
Oh no.
But this right here.
Mm-hmm. Ollie brand.
So literally, I have IBS. I have IBS-C, but I also have like other issues with my gut. Like I have like intestinal issues, and I can't take anything because it's all bad for the livers. So I discovered this shit. I was taking like a line, and a line was like expensive as hell. And then I was on the Ulta Beauty website. True story, like you do. And
like you do.
They have a vitamin section. First of all, they have a vitamin section, and they also have a vibrator section. Yeah, true story.
I'm sorry. Did I hear you correctly? Did you say that they have toys?
Look, hold on. One moment. But yes, I found that in the vitamin section, and then at random, I look down, and I see a rose underneath it. And I clicked yes for the vitamin, and yes for the rose, because my God. And so apparently, Ulta Beauty Health and Wellness is a thing. And so, and you may have to blur this out. I'm going to show you. Can I show you? Is that okay?
I don't have a way to blur that out, so why don't you just text it to me? I believe you.
Huh? I'll screenshot. I'll text it to you.
It's YouTube, so I don't think we can show that. I think we should err on the side of caution. This is our very first episode of our brand new podcast. Let's not get broken already. Don't break shit yet.
Hold on, wait. Look at your messages in your in Facebook Messenger. I sent a screenshot. Ulta Beauty website, girl, they got a necklace that you can wear. It is very indiscreet. It's very discreet, and I'm just sitting here like, I did not know they sold those. Yeah, right. All I'm saying is I have an Ulta card.
We might have to have a conversation later.
Things were purchased.
Look, as long as it's not $1 and came from one of those questionable websites, it's okay.
Yeah, we ain't trying to buy none of those Temu eggs, okay?
So that's bringing that up. We took our name for this podcast from the second book that I released, Coffee and Bad Decisions. So if you want to know what the egg comment is all about, grab the book. It's available on Amazon. My author name is Paisley Blue Teixeira. If you just put like Paisley Blue, Coffee and Bad Decisions, it should come up, because a lot of people don't know or will never remember how to spell Teixeira. So anyway, things happen. This is why we decided to call it Coffee and Bad Decisions after my book, because just random shit happens to us and people we know. And I would say about 90% of everything that happens in that book actually happened to one of us. I'm not going to say who. Bitch, don't make me laugh while I've got a mouthful of coffee. I almost spit it all over my computer screen.
Look, listen, just for PSA references, we're never gonna tell you who. But don't buy
Never.
adult toys from Temu or Shein. Ever. Especially Temu.
Hey, but you was, baby, you was shopping like a billionaire when you was shopping at T. I don't mean you per se. I said you is shopping like a millionaire when you shopping at Temu.
Yeah, literally. You could buy anything. Well, not anymore. The prices have gone up. So what I used to be able to pull in for like $20-$30 is now like, 70. So I mean, it might as well go to Walmart at that point. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people just stopped using Temu.
Well, and there's a new one. It's kind of like, how it used to be Wish and then Temu took over Wish. Well, this one is not even Shein or Shine or Sheen or however the hell you say that. It's AliExpress. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it. They suck you in. Yeah, I'm here to tell you.
My run-ins.
I ordered a rug for my kitchen because the rug that we have in the kitchen, I'll just tell you there are 12 animals in this house. The rugs stay dirty all the time. I was like, I don't know about cleaning this. I think we should just get a new one. I was on AliExpress, whatever you want to call it. I was there looking around, tapping around. Oh, look at this pretty little rug. It's turquoise. It's cute. It showed it, never believe AI. We're going to get into a whole discussion about AI probably on the next pod. But never believe AI. It was an AI picture. Had to have been. Because they showed this beautiful turquoise rug laid out on the floor in front of this beautiful white couch, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I ordered it. I got it. It's the size of a bath mat.
That has happened to me.
I was so sad.
So twice, I got a mutual friend, I won't use her real name, but you know what I'm talking about. For her birthday one year, I decided to get her a blanket that was cow print because she loves cows. It ended up being a baby blanket. The specs showed this big, beautiful blanket draped over the couch, and I was like, oh, she's gonna love this. And they opened it up, and it was literally smaller than her pillow. And then 2 years later, I'm like, okay, I'll try Shein. Huh?
Is this the same friend that used to have blonde hair and now she's goth AF?
Yes.
Yeah, I love her.
Yes. And so then I went to Shein. No, it was Temu. Because she loves dream catchers. And I found this really beautiful one, and I'm like, I think she'd really like it. And if I order it 2 or 3 months in advance, it'll get here in time. It got here 4 or 5 days before her birthday, and it was a fucking keychain. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Because that was the centerpiece of her gift. And I had to go and fucking find something last minute because fucking keychain. I was pissed, and they charged me $14 for this fucking keychain. Those sons of bitches.
I'd have sent it back.
So, yeah.
I would have said, throw that bitch back.
I was pissed.
Yes. Yes, queen. All the time. I'm just like, I quit trusting a lot of that stuff. And I will tell you, when I got married, this should have been a red flag. Whenever I got married to my second husband, I was so excited. It wasn't the best quality stuff ever, but I got a lot of the stuff for my wedding off of Wish. My veil, bitch, we dyed that thing. It came white. And I put it in a plastic bucket with some teal colored Rit dye, and I had a teal veil.
Love that shit.
Yes. But, I mean, all the things for my wedding, it was great. Now, that same teal veil I probably paid $3 was at least 1.5 yards of fabric. It was huge. For $2 or $3, and, free shipping with Wish. Now you can't find that stuff nowhere. You can't. It's just the quality is getting worse and worse, and smaller and smaller. Yeah, smaller and smaller. I ain't even been to Hot Deals. Crazy Hot Deals. No. After that day that we went to Hot Deals, I'm done. If I go, I will go to Crazy Hot Deals. I will drive to the 05.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with... Listen, if you're a bin store and you see two people standing next to each other, that does not mean they're opening shit. That does not mean you get a goddamn microphone. Giant, or what do they call them? The big ass fucking... They have it at football games. What is it? I don't know.
Megaphone?
They're on this little fucking rah, 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 up in your ear, and they're like,
A megaphone.
don't open the products. Megaphone. Yelling, don't open the products 2 inches from you. Look here, motherfucker, I didn't open shit. I just moved a package of socks. Eat my ass, you piece of shit.
He probably
if you
wanted
don't
to.
trust your customers, don't fucking have a store.
So there's our rant for
You know,
today.
piss me off. Fuck that place. But I do like the one in the 05.
I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go because I'm always broken. So I have to go there because now I have new family members to buy Christmas crap for. And I'm like, oh. So that was fun. It's fun to learn. Well, I didn't learn. I've known it my whole life. But it's fun to finally get to meet a sibling at the tender age of 51.
Felt that.
I literally just got to meet my brother that I've known about my whole life, but he didn't know about us. And we literally got to meet a few days ago. And I'm segueing into our topic for today, because our topic for today, we're going to talk about genetics, because it's fun. So for the fact that we didn't grow up together, we didn't grow up in the same household, and as I stated, he didn't even know about us, that he had other siblings. My dad was married before my mom, and we had a sibling from that marriage. So anyway, we finally get to meet. It's really cool. Yes, I have not asked his permission to use his name. So at this point, I will be referring to him as Big Bubba, because I already have a brother that I call Bubba, and then I have a little brother. I don't call him Bubba or Little Bubba, but that for the purposes of this podcast, that'll be Little Bubba or Little Brother. So anyway, when I finally actually got to meet Big Bubba in person, and we started getting to know each other. He's 55. I'm 50, almost 2. I'll be 52 in January. And it's so bizarre because there are so many things that are just spooky in how similar we are. Not just me, but he's similar to our other siblings as well. I'm not going to go into specifics because it's not really anybody's business, but there was an incident with my little Bubba that did not end so well for him. And when I was telling Big Bubba about little Bubba's issues, he got this look on his face, and I thought, well, I just screwed the pooch. He's done. I see the look on his face. He's incredulous. He's going to be leaving here soon, and I'll never hear from him again. That is not the case. The reason that he looked like that is because he went through something extremely similar, almost identical, except that he wound up with a positive outcome to that situation, where little Bubba wound up with the negative negative outcome. So that's pretty cool. All three of us, my Big Bubba, little brother, and me, we're all bass players. All bass players. Big Bubba is a farrier, which I don't know. Some people might not know what that is, but just so you know, that the farrier is the guy that comes and tends to the horse's hooves. Like, he's literally like, you're the horse is the girl in the chair getting the petty, and you know, Big Bubba's the little Asian woman going, why you not like long nails? That's why you're not a boyfriend. Literally, that's what he does. He works on horse feet. I can't believe you didn't jump in for that one.
Well, I was waiting for you to, because my internet's lagging. But no, it's more like, honey, you have to get the,
I can't do, honey.
You don't push your cuticle. You don't push your cuticle, you never get a boyfriend. You don't want the square tip, you want the coffin tip for an extra $35.
Only costs you $2 more. Don't worry, honey. You are having internet issues today. You
That's literally what they tell me.
You like freeze for like 2 seconds and then you just like really fast. It looks like you ever seen ghost skips where like the ghost is there and he's gone. He goes. You look like a ghost skip right now. It's hysterical.
Like it's literally been lagging all morning. I'm getting kind of irritated about it, to be quite honest.
I haven't been outside. Is it still kind of crappy outside? Is it cloudy?
No, it's actually quite nice outside. That's why I'm getting fucking irritated.
Oh, okay. So, remind me when we are off air. Remind me, and I'll tell you what to do because I had to do it when I had that internet company for my internet. I love it. It's great, but you have to get on the right setting, if that makes sense. You'll have to.
Yeah, well, it's. I've not had any problems until today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck? We had a whole ass tornado warning last week. Internet was primed and ready.
I had to call them because I was having such exactly
all
this.
Of a sudden it's like.
Yeah, I had exactly this problem, and I called them, and they literally changed my signal to a different tower, and it worked like a champ the rest of the whole time. Anyway, I digress. So the things, my big brother and little brother and I are all bass players. He's a farrier, like I said, and if you guys know anything about me, you know that I love horses. Worked with horses for a while. It's great stuff. Another cool thing, oh my gosh, and I don't think I even told you this one. So I have the Motorola Razr. I have a little foldy up phone, okay? So, Big Brother was here, and we were in my kitchen, and because, I was wrapping asparagus in bacon so that I could make incredibly delicious food, and my phone rang, and Big Bubba says, I think your phone's going off, so I ran in here to grab it, because it was laying here on the desk, and I ran in here to grab it, and I went back in the kitchen, and he says, I set it down on the island where I was working, and he says, oh, no way. I said, what? He pulls his phone out of his pocket, and it's a little square foldy up phone.
Aww.
I mean, it's not, he has a, I think it's a Z Flip. I think that's what he called it.
Oh, yeah. I want one of those so freaking bad.
Where mine's not, it's a Razr, but it was nostalgic for me because I had one of the original Razrs 100 years ago and it was purple like mine now. Yeah. So anyway, like down to the same. We both like the little flippy phone. He actually got that on accident. It was an accidental purchase. He didn't want it, but here he is. And but he loves it, and I love mine. I like when it comes time to have to replace it. I'm gonna cry. Because number one, it was.
Because I want one real bad.
Number one, it was very expensive. And number two, I love it. I love it. The only thing I don't like about it, and it's not just my phone, it's Motorola in particular, the microphones on their phones are horrible. So there's that. But yeah, we're just very similar. There's pictures where we are standing side by side, and it's like a mirror image. We're standing the exact same way. Our hands are the same shape, and it's funny because if you zoom in on that one picture, Ash, and you look at both of our hands, our hands are even in the same position. Like these three fingers curled up and the pointer finger pointing down.
I did see that the other day.
It's crazy how similar that we are.
Well, and I feel like from the eyes, from like the nose up, you'll have the same eyes same forehead. Like, there's a lot of real, just like,
Oh, baby.
it's spooky because there's a whole missing genetic part to him that you have that he doesn't have, right? Because y'all aren't full siblings, but your father's genes were very strong.
Yeah.
Because I can see you in him, which is just mind-boggling.
Oh,
to
he's
me.
got the Owen ears too, and the Owen. All of us. My maiden name is Owen, y'all. If y'all didn't know that, and all of us Owen clan. We got this terrible disease called noacetol. He's got it too. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. But I was just fascinated, and I was telling Ash about all of these different things, and I told her, you know what it reminds me of? You've already there's been no less than 10 or 15 times in my life I've heard about twins that were separated at birth and they find each other later and they've had very, very similar lives. And so I think that's pretty cool. Like, we're obviously not twins. He was born in 69. I was born in 74. There's 5 years between us. But we're still very, very similar. In particular, one of the ones that I can think of, I've misplaced my notes, so in true spookiness of it all fashion, even though we're on Coffee and Bad Decisions now, we're just going to wing it, because I can't find my notes.
Well, and you gotta understand too, guys, like, making a new podcast comes with its ups and downs, and one of which is some motherfuckers forget to turn on their microphone, and us have re-recorded this doomed podcast 3 times.
No. It has this is only the second time we've recorded this episode.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We
It
had
was
to
the spookiness
record,
that we had to do.
yeah, we had to re-record a spookiness episode for you guys as well, because okay, so it's not my fault, but it's my fault, but it's not my fault. So we're not going to go into it. We're not going to go into it. Just suffice it to say, I have a great microphone now. The application that I use to record this, I just need to remember every single time to switch the on button for the microphone. That's it. And Ash and Franny both be like, "Is your mic on, bitch? Did you turn your mic on?"
But it's definitely post-it noteworthy. I mean, like, that's what I did before we even started. I was like, did you get your mic on?
Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? Oh, Lord. So, yeah, we're gonna somewhere in all of that, from the first time we actually recorded this until now, lost my notes. So, I remember not their last names, but there was a set of identical twin brothers, and they're both, yeah, so when they went to their different families, both of their families named them Jim. Well, they named them James, but they prefer to go by Jim. Both of them. I can't remember the wives' names, but they were both married initially to one woman, and I can't remember the exact name, so I'm going to say Donna. So the first set of wives was both named Donna, and then the Jims and the Donnas divorced, and then the Jims found new wives, and each of their new wives was named, say, Teresa. Again, I don't know, I don't have the notes, but they grew up only 40 miles from each other. One of them is a security guard, one of them is a police officer. Just the similarities, they drive the same kind of vehicle. They live in very similar houses, and they were separated at birth, and then they found each other, I want to say at 29, wasn't it, Ashley? When they were 29 years old, they found out each other.
They were adults, for sure, full grown.
Yeah, they were like 29, I think, when they found each other. No, it was the triplets that was 29.
Yeah, the triplets was 29. These guys, I think, were like 35, 40, some shit like that. Because they had already been married, divorced, had kids, all things.
Right. Oh, that's another thing. They both had sons and they both named their sons James Allen. And they both spell, there's 11 dozen ways to spell Allen. I have a cousin myself named Allen, and his is Allan. I used to date a guy named Allen, and his was Allen. So these guys named their children, their sons, James Allen, Allen. So even what are the odds that they even spelled it correctly the same way? You know what I mean? So it's just really, really interesting.
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of spooky. If you think about it, it's just kind of strange because they were identical twins, right?
Yes, they came from the same egg.
So you literally have two halves of one person walking around, literally self-replicating and mirroring each other's lives. Yeah. Like both unknowing of the other one and what their goings on are. It's kind of spooky. It's cool, but a little fucking weird.
Genetics is a weird thing. Genetics really is a weird thing. Like, I don't know if you know this. I know that you actually know this because we recorded this before, but I don't know if the audience knows. There have been cases of identical twin women marrying identical twin men. So, twins marrying twins. Then they have had children at the same time, which, makes sense. They're identical twins they're two halves of the same whole. So I'm sure they're gonna ovulate at the same time and all the things. So they get pregnant and they have their children at the same time, all the stuff. Did you know that when identical twins marry identical twins, their children are technically brother and sister?
Yeah.
The cousins,
I think that's the coolest shit on the planet.
The cousins,
that's cool.
Are cousins. They are cousins, but genetically they're brother and sister.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Genetics is a weird, wild thing, and I have just. Oh, I didn't even tell you. I'm going to tell y'all another really neat story about Big Bubba and me, because this particular story gave Ash the chill bumps, and then I'm going to let her tell you about the triplets that she researched. So, one of the cool things when we were sitting here just getting to know each other and laughing and talking and all the stuff, y'all, he brought me flowers. My brother brought me flowers. In my whole life, I've only had like 2 men ever buy me flowers.
It was sweet.
And I don't know if Dennis counts because that one time he got me flowers, it was Valentine's Day and they were chocolate roses.
That counts.
Okay, totally counts.
Like,
cool.
For Dennis, yes, that counts. All day fucking long, that counts.
And for those of y'all that don't know, Dennis is, that's referencing my first husband. I would still be married to him, but he had the audacity to fucking up and die on me. How rude. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, he brought me flowers. They were so pretty. Anyway, we were talking. We're both animal people. We're both dog people, and specifically, we both really love boxers, which is crazy cool. But he's telling me, and I may or may not get this right, I believe I remember him telling me that his dog's name was Thumper.
That's a cute name.
Yes. And he had Thumper for Thumper's whole life, and Thumper died at the tender age of 14. And this was his heart dog. That's what we call a dog that's like you bond with. That's your biggest, bestest, go hardest buddy, you ride or die, all the things. And I had a heart dog whose name was Beauregard. And we called him Bo, Bodie, Wody Bo, Hey You. Like he had all kinds of, he was the coolest dog ever. He was half boxer, half lab, but I'm not going to go down that track. The point is, Bo, I got him when he was 6 weeks old, and I raised him, and he was by my side every single day, and he passed away, unfortunately, about 2 weeks before he reached the age of 14. And Thumper passed away at the age of 14. When Big Bubba went to bury Thumper, he buried him under a mesquite tree and filled in the grave, and then to mark the grave and make sure that no critters dug him up, because it's apt to happen in Texas, he put a giant slab rock over the grave. So when Beauregard passed on, he was buried under a mesquite tree with a giant slab rock over his grave to make sure that A, it was marked well, and B, nothing could dig him up. And that just, the fact that it's so similar, it's just crazy.
Well, I mean, it goes to show, though, like, which I've said before, like, we're self-replicating biomechanical beings. And so, like, you got half of one parent and half of the other passed down over and over again. There was just enough in your dad for both of you to have all these similarities and all these similar thoughts. I think it's spooky because y'all didn't know each other until this year. Mm-hmm. And these things happen. That's your thought process. That's his thought process. It's fucking weird.
It is. I can listen. I can take you further down the rabbit hole.
Cool.
I can take you further down the rabbit hole. My granddaddy, my daddy's daddy, my granddaddy was a hoe. I'm serious, about maybe 2.5 weeks before I found Big Brother, I got a text message from my cousin Joni on my dad's side. And she was like, oh, hey, my child did a DNA test, and so it turns out that we have an uncle that we didn't know about. And I was like, the fuck? Because, so my cousin's daughter did a DNA test, and she matched with a cousin.
That's weird and cool.
And so
that's cool.
The story goes, and I spoke to my uncle at length. We were friends. We became friends on the book and everything. So we've talked at length about several things. But evidently, Grandpa decided that the babysitter was a hot little number. He was still married to Grandma when Grandpa did this. And he got the babysitter in the family way, and then he was in the Air Force, so he went away. He went back from whence he came because he was home visiting. He went back from whence he came, and the babysitter went home in shame. Well, she came from a Mormon community, and she went back to Utah, but an unwed mother, and you're talking, my uncle is 72, so you're talking 70 years ago?
This is way back in the day, yeah.
You just didn't, especially a Mormon community, you just didn't show up pregnant. So she got married quick, fast, and in a hurry to cover that up. So the uncle, I'm not going to, again, I don't have the permission to say the names, but the uncle didn't know anything about this family, and his daughter is the one who matched with my cousin's daughter on the DNA stuff. And that's how we came to find out that we have another uncle.
I mean, it's still pretty cool.
It's wild.
It's pretty badass.
In less than a month's time, we found 2 relatives. We found my uncle, and then I finally found my brother that I'd been searching. Girl, I had been searching for him for 30 years. As soon as I got that one little piece of information, I found him in 30 minutes. So I'm telling you guys, if you're out there and you're listening and you have been looking for a long-lost family member, don't give up. Don't give up. I looked for my brother for 30 years, and once I got the key piece of information I needed, it took me 30 minutes to find him. I mean, probably not even that long.
It's still pretty cool. Like, I am. The process alone is so difficult, and it's just so, because you found him. We can say how you found him, right? Because you found him through just like names and shit. It wasn't through like blood or DNA.
Right.
Like you had to do it the old-fashioned way with paper records.
Well,
and like
it's not paper records. It's all on Ancestry. But so what I did was, once I got the pertinent information that I needed, because all along I thought that his mother's name was something else. Also, too, he was born the junior of my dad, and I'm not going to say those names. I'm just going to tell you, he was born a junior, but his name changed. His name changed. His mother remarried after she and my dad divorced. She didn't want to have anything to do with my dad. She completely changed Junior from Junior to something completely different. And when he was adopted by her second husband, everything was, I don't know if you guys know this or not. I didn't know it until I started doing this research. When you are adopted, they amend your birth certificate to make it look like the adoptive parent or parents are the natural parents on the birth certificate, and your original birth certificate is sealed. Did not know that. I know it now. So, all these years I was looking, I thought his mother's name was something else, and I thought that his name was the Junior. His name is not that Junior, it's that another last name. So, pretty interesting stuff. And it was just, I had done all this research, man. I've got my family trait, my dad's side of the family, the straight line, all the way back to the late 1500s in Cork, Ireland. And I thought to myself, I can trace people back all the way to, 1586 in Cork, Ireland, and I can't find my brother? What's this about? So, I went to some family members and I was like, hey, is there anything you can remember? Yada, yada, yada. They came back with, well, I think his birth year was this and his mother's name was that. And once I realized I'd been looking at the wrong mother's name, I plugged that in. I plugged her name in at Ancestry, and what came up, the first 3 files that came up were a marriage index to my dad, a divorce index from my dad, and a marriage index to her second husband. Also, a birth index for her son, my brother. So that's when I got confused. Why? Because her second husband was on the birth index as the dad, but she was married to my dad the year he was born. So I was like, That's when I started looking into what happens with birth certificates. So that's how I found that out. But it's that one key little piece of information that maybe somebody doesn't think is important that can mean the whole difference. Now, I did not have to sit there and go through reams and reams of physical paperwork. It was literally all online.
Yeah. With our family, we had to do reams and reams of physical paperwork because there's so many of us, and we're hard to keep track of. Like,
yeah,
literally, like my cousin, I can use his name, he don't care. My cousin, Santino, he's much like the family historian, and he's done a lot of work in the last 20 years just to track down like where we came from and like who we are and what our lineage is, and it's like, it's intense,
Oh yeah, listen. So I have descended from, I have ancestors that were Cherokee, and I have ancestors that were white settlers, all on my maternal side, right? All on my grandma's side, not even, we have Cherokee and we have, white settlers, So imagine my surprise when we went to the Kilo Monument out in East Texas, where there was a huge massacre known as the Kilo Massacre. You can look that up. And you know, we had ancestors on both sides of that fight, because that was a Cherokee war party that annihilated that community. So, yeah, I guess you could say I'm at war with myself someday. But
You're such a dwarf.
I know, but I was waiting for you to, like, say something, and you didn't say something, and I was like, oh no!
Please. I've been lagging this whole time.
This is what I got.
Oh my god, you got sound effects? I fucking love you.
Well, yeah, I mean, how do I close it? It's over the screen box. How do I close it? Oh no. Oh gosh, I can't figure out how to close it. My soundboard.
Yeah, you done it now.
Oh, you just have to click the button again. It's okay. I've only been on Discord for a year. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yes, I was checking my makeup.
Well, I knew what you were doing. For those of you that can see us on YouTube, this is what Ashley does. She talks mad shit along with me while she does her makeup and gets ready for work.
True story.
So, yeah.
It takes a while to get the face on. I still haven't done my hair.
So I was gonna oh, go ahead.
To put the train back on the tracks a little bit, if we're gonna talk genetics, did you hear about the triplets?
Yeah, we need to hear your story.
So the triplets, so in the 70s, well, the 60s and the 70s, those were different times.
Truth.
And our government was real fun, and they would do real fun things, okay? Real fun things with innocent people. And they're very much, I mean, this is the same time period where they're like, oh, you worked with Hitler? Come work with us at NASA. Like, that's the time period, okay? So they have these 3 triplets born. They separate them at birth into 3 different economic backgrounds. They have one that's kind of lower middle class, one that's middle upper class, one that's extremely rich. So one's going to have a lot more adversity than the others. One's going to struggle more. One of them was in a single parent home. One of them was in a 2-parent home. The other one was in a dysfunctional parent home. And this was all done intentionally by the government. And they separated these children at birth. And by coincidence, they all ended up finding each other. Well, the first 2 found each other on their own when they were in college. They found each other on their own because people were accusing them of being the other one. Mm-hmm. And they started hanging out, became best friends, and before you know it, they're like, I think we're actually fucking related. Well, then they finally do some research, and they start figuring out that there's a third. They find the third.
They were a throuple.
Yes, but, sadly, the one that grew up with the most adversity he had some problems. And if you think about it, these doctors, there would be a doctor that was like a case worker, and he would show up like regularly and check on these kids and interview these kids, and then all of a sudden one day he stopped. Well, yeah, because the government program was canceled. They never finished out what they intended to do. They didn't ever notify anybody or let anybody know. They just let it be. And they had a lot of questions, and I haven't quite found, I've heard 2 different stories on the internet, but one of which was stating that the triplet that had the most adversity ended up claiming his own life. But then some reports say he didn't. It was so long ago. There's so many mixed reports on this because, it's an interesting story to talk about. But I find it really weird and fucked up at the same time. The kids all went into the same major, had the same, friend groups, or similar friend groups, I should say. They dressed the same, they talked the same, they laughed at the same time. Like, everything was downright spooky with these kids. and they lived 3 completely separate lives. And the goal of the project was to see about the mysticism of twins and triplets. This was the only documented case of this in America. However, from what the research shows, there's probably thousands of cases like this from the 60s, 50s, and higher, maybe 70s. Ultimately, the programs ended towards the 80s. But you gotta think, like, for one, that's pretty freaking cool. It's pretty freaking cool because they're still able to find each other, and they have that bond and that connection, like, genetically. Mm-hmm. But on the same flip of the coin, what gives our government the right to fucking do that?
They own us.
Yeah, they don't own shit. Like,
yeah. Have you ever noticed that on your social security card, your name is capitalized? That's your corporate entity. That's your corporate entity. That's not you.
I know. And if you read on the social security card, you find out that you're actually not the property of your parents, but you're the property of the United States of America.
Like I said.
In not so many words.
Like
in
I
not
said.
so many words.
Like I said, they own us.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. And, it gave me that story alone gave me so much distrust, because how can you take babies and do that? Like, that's fucked up. But yeah, like, literally, that's my little story. But I will segue on yours. I have a very large amount of brothers. We're all stupid alike. Like, but there's age differences.
Right.
Like, I mean, my oldest brother is 11 years and 1 day apart from me. So, I'm November 3rd, he's November 4th. You know, we talk at the same time, laugh at the same time, find the same shit funny. We both have, like, this nervous leg thing that we do where we, like, shake our legs when we sit down.
Oh, my mom used to do that all the time.
He moved in with me about a decade ago. We were living together, and I had never really lived with him because he was an adult when I was still, almost an adult when I was still a kid. Like, he was, like, graduated out of the house. Mm-hmm. By the time I was really old enough to, like, know him. So when he moved in with me and we're setting up a platter of, like, chips and dip and olives and stuff, we're gonna play some video games, watch movies, and we both take the Dorito and we flick the Dorito to get the dusties off. And then we both look at each other at the same expression and smile, like, at the butt, you do that too? Or we'll be at a family reunion and somebody will do something stupid and we'll both look at each other and talk the same amount of shit at the same time, words verbatim. And then there's my other brother. We're closest in age. If I'm upset, this fucking guy will call me. Like, he feels a disturbance in the force and he doesn't say anything other than what's wrong. And I've had that happen, and he lives halfway across the state, and I've had that happen multiple times in my life where something really bad has happened and he's like, what's wrong? Because he can feel when I'm upset.
Okay.
And like...
Okay, but hear me out. That's not necessarily genetics, because you do that shit to me.
Well, I can't help that.
And we're not genetically related.
Well, yeah, but we also have an extremely connection. Like, I mean, like, we just do. Like, you're my chosen sister, so, like, our connection is there. It's just different. But it's there. It's there.
Well, I think it's fun that we decided to call this Coffee and Bad Decisions. We haven't really talked about any bad decisions thus far, but let's talk about a bad decision regarding coffee.
Oh, shit.
I need to know. And by the way, this is a 3-host podcast. Our third co-host is indisposed today, but she's got some personal stuff going on. She may not be in until next episode. She may pop in a little bit. I really don't know. But if you guys listen to the spookiness of it all, then you already know Francis. So whenever Franny comes, just don't be like, "Ooh, a new person!" No, we knew she was coming. It's chill. And the reason I mention her is because, you know what I'm going to ask you right now? I'm going to ask not just you, but I'm going to ask the entire freaking world. Does drinking pumpkin spice latte make you a basic bitch?
No.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't. Fuck you. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Listen.
Listen, Linda. I can't say that anymore.
I am a brown lady, okay? Multitudes of brown in my genome, okay? And I grew up with, the normal shit you drink, horchata, like all the things. Let me tell you, though, I like your coffee mug. But let me tell you.
It says squatching around, or gone squatching. That's what it says, gone squatching.
I'm wearing a Sasquatch t-shirt, which is ironic. It's Sasquatch.
My roommate brought this to me from Oregon when he went to Oregon this summer. I'm sorry, go ahead, literally.
It's like seriously cute. I noticed the face and I was like, oh my god, that's adorable. But literally, when I discovered pumpkin spice, one of my white friends turned me on to that shit. It does not make you basic. It makes you festive, and I love it so much. I love pumpkin spice.
I love the smell of pumpkin. I do. I hate the taste of pumpkin. Like, I literally, every holiday where there's pumpkin pie come out, I get a piece of pumpkin pie, and after I have one bite in my mouth, I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't like this. Like, I forget because everybody's like, oh, it's so good, oh, it's so good. I don't like it. No likey. But the smell, oh yeah, all day. If I've got money and I'm in the store and I have money to burn and it's getting, fall, I will buy every single solitary pumpkin spice smelling candle I can find because I love pumpkin candles. Can't stand the taste of it.
Literally just bought... Girl, you know how I am. I went to Walmart after the Halloween, and I may have bought like 5 different pumpkin spice related flavors and or candles, because the candles, the big ass 3-wick candles, are $2 a pop. Oh. And I'm like, oh my god, I can be festive all year. And I was here for it. I really like it.
Oh. Here I am with $2 and nowhere to go to get it.
Felt that.
Yeah, for sure. I just, there are certain things. And this is Texas, so I don't understand it. They're walking around in these fluffy, furry Ugg boots with their little pumpkin spice from Starbucks, the little scarf.
The pumpkin spice does not do that to you. That's just white people. I'm sorry, I know you're white.
But I don't like pumpkin spice. This is my point. It's not white people. It's not a white people thing.
It's a white people thing.
It's a people thing.
It is a white people thing. I said it. It's okay. I like white people. I love you, white people. I'm not for real. Like, I love the white people. I married one. I did. I married a white.
I can't even say what I want to say because we'll get in trouble.
And I like the white person, and I like my little half-white baby. But let me tell you something. Ain't no brown people started that pumpkin spice trend. That was a white person. A white person with, like, more than likely really petite, blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, oh my god. And I just want to wear some Uggs and some leggings. Yeah. Pumpkin spice lattes. Like, that's one of those bitches. And it got catchy because everybody wanted to be like that bitch. And then they're like, oh, well, I understand why she's like this. And now it's a movement. It's a pumpkin spice movement brought on by little adorable white girls. They're precious. They're cute. Listen, I can't pull that shit off. I've tried. I have tried the white, okay? I've bought the leggings. I did the Uggs. I tried to get the little pink fluffy sweater and the little mittens. No, motherfucker, give me some goddamn beads and some turquoise, okay? Like, I can't pumpkin spice with you, but I'm gonna drink that shit and just think you're so precious and adorable when you're walking around like that in 80-degree weather, because it's fucking Texas. But it's cute. It's cute. little white people, y'all keep doing that. That's precious.
My nephew, it comes, every year it comes on Halloween, and I've always tried to do something with the nephews, and now they're older, and I don't get to. I mean, I guess I could say their names. I've said them before. Brandon's in the Army now, you know, and I'm so proud of him. Girl, he's all the way out in California on maneuvers. I'm like, just, okay, like, put on all wet clothes, because that state burns down all the time, and I don't want you to burn down.
No shit. No shit.
No offense, California, but no thank you. No thank you.
No, it's true. It's true. They'll get over it. They'll find a reason to get offended, but it's true.
Listen, they'll just get offended, and even more of them will come to Austin and set up a tent and live under a tent, under a bridge, voluntarily. We're not going to go into that. I'll stop right now.
Totally off topic, though. But on topic. I had a customer the other day, and I'm trying to, like, sell this kid some really nice boots. He wanted a pair of boots. And I was teaching him about boot lineage and Texas, all the things. And I was showing him, and he found this pair he really liked, and he loved them. And the guy's like, but... And it's his friend, and he's got a latte, and he's got these weird hippie moccasins on. He's wearing a vest and a long sleeve shirt and fucking what are you, Dog Holiday, you stupid fuck. And so he's like trying to be like real hipster, and he's like, I just don't like the square. Is that really what you want to convey with your shoes? And I was like, you must not be from here. Like, where are you from? Washington or California? I'm just calling it like I see it. And he was like, well, I'm from California. I was like, well, go home. Go home.
Listen.
Go back to where you came from.
The only time we wear the cowboy boots with the little pointy toe anymore is if we have to kill some cockroaches.
Well, you know, for my culture, it's pretty indicative. And I do be liking the cockroach killers. This was a square toe boot, and this dude was just a bougie fuck trying to talk his friend into being metro. There's no room for that here. Boots have a purpose. Like, fuck, we got shit to do. You need to be able to work in this shit or play in it too. And he's like, well, what is line dancing? Just go home. Go get your macchiato and get in your fucking Vespa or your fucking Tesla and just moped your ass back to fucking your weird fucking neutral colored vest. You weird fuck. And like, every time they come here, they stop trying to change my state. I'll say, I don't give a fuck.
There's a reason.
Take your ass back home.
There's a reason that the motto is keep Austin weird.
Yeah, Austin is not weird anymore. It's fucking stupid. It's a keep Austin stupid.
You can't even go to 6th Street. Like, 6th Street's not even a thing anymore. Like,
no, it's not. It's more of a homeless encampment now.
Yeah, and
a bunch of
don't even think you're gonna go down there for South by Southwest. It's mayhem.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's mayhem, but it's not good mayhem. If that makes sense.
And that's true.
But for all of the negative things that people say about Texas, I don't really care. It's my home, and I got 2 words. I got 2 words for you, bitch. Buc-ee's, H-E-B. I win.
I was just gonna say fuck you.
Now, listen, I've lived other places. I was born here. I love it here. Does it get hotter than Satan's balls? Absolutely. Do we hide under our air conditioners when we can? Sometimes you can't. I had a call. I was reminded of this the other day. I had posted a picture of one of our horses, and he was standing out in the sun. And he is a black horse, but the way the lighting was that day, it made him look chocolate brown. And it was just tongue-in-cheek quip about, why is my black horse pretended to be a chocolate bar or something like that, you know, and all these people were just like this, that, and the other thing. He's not really black. He is really a black horse. He was genetically tested, and anyway, that's neither here nor there. One of the comments was, he's just standing out there in the hot sun. I was like, well, that's where he fucking lives.
That's what horses do. They fucking stand.
That's where he fucking lives. I literally was like,
where are you gonna put him, Carol?
I literally was like, it's not like he comes in for tea and crumpets at noon. Okay.
Yeah, no shit. Like, I just fucking that shit. I hate that stupid fucking.
I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. Oh, I had clapback. I had clapback, baby, but I laughed so hard at the stupidity. Like, it wasn't even a serious post. This was about 3 years ago, I guess. I was still out at the ranch. And, I had so much fun just laughing at the stupidity. Like, one guy wasn't even, like, he didn't even have anything to say about So-So, which is the name of the horse, by the way. His name is So-So. But he had nothing to say about So-So, but he had all kinds of negative comments because, you know, the cattle trailer is old. Oh, that's a rusty wagon you're dragging. It gets the job done. Like, the horse don't care. The horse don't care what it looks like. It gets the job done. Who cares? People in the interwebs, people just wants to be mad about something, and so I just let them, and I laugh.
And they think they know about shit. Like, if you don't live the farm life, the ranch life, the homestead life,
just got him standing out there in the sun.
That's so fucking stupid. Like, no.
Like, that's his living room, bro. What?
I don't go to big cities, okay, and complain that there's not enough testosterone. I understand that I am not from there, and that's just how it is, okay? But here, we got that shit in spades.
I'm worried.
We got real men here.
Yeah.
Real men and wranglers, cinch.
I'm worried. I'm worried, and we just hit the hour mark, so we probably need to go ahead and be wrapping up pretty quick. But I do want to tell you that I am worried. So a friend of mine and I were having a conversation the other day, and I don't talk about politics because it's an incendiary topic. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then we're gonna move along. I believe with all of my heart that we are headed towards a one world order, which no bueno. And the problem here is that, so we came into this conversation because of the food stamp debacle, and it's going to wind up being, you know, because now they're saying, oh, well, they're not going to take our food stamps, blah, 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 but you're only going to get half of what you normally get. And then when the government reconvenes, at some point, you'll get the back pay for what they still owe you. That's what they're saying. So the conversation was, I don't think this is a good thing. Like, we're going to have real-life Hunger Games because, you know who is also on food stamps? I mean, people who cannot work and absolutely need them, but also homeless people, crackheads, you know? What's going to keep a crackhead from trying to break in your house and steal your food because they ain't got no way to procure food for themselves? Like, I foresee that coming.
No, I think that they need to get the system reined in, and they need to bring it back to the way they did it. I've never been on food stamps. I don't know. I've never qualified. Facts. I've never qualified for government assistance of any kind. However,
I can tell you how you could have, but I'll leave that right there.
Oh yeah, I know.
You
but
already know.
A lot of people. I do know a lot of people that are on them that it is absolutely necessary. If you're disabled, you're sick. You know, if you're in a circumstantial situation that you cannot get out of, you know. And so what I would like to see happen, I think, for all of our communities and for our government, they need to stop with the automated bullshit, because just any Tom, Dick, and Harry is going out and getting food stamps, And there's a lot of people that abuse the system. However, those ones that don't abuse the system are being punished. At the same time, maybe not in this situation, because this was all brought on by government shutdown, but I wish they would bring it back to a case-by-case system where you interviewed a human being and you brought in your physical bills and showed them physically what finances you're lacking, and then they actually try to help you and guide you. Like back in the day, they'd be like, oh, you can't find a job? We have a sourcing for that. We'll try and help you find a job. The Texas Work Commission now, they do still help people. However, a lot of it is just sitting in a room applying online, and there's no job coaching. There's no helping these people learn how to better themselves. So I do think programs like that need to change for the better. I think they're on the right track. But I do believe if they brought the food stamp situation back to you have somebody that you physically speak to twice a year that is your caseworker, they do it case by case and say, okay, you know what, you absolutely should qualify. You're in this situation. I can help you. Versus, hey, I saw you just pull up in an Escalade, or I saw you just pull up in a big ass 2025 Dodge Ram. If you can afford that payment, then you can afford the food. I do think that it should be case by case. I don't think that it should be automated.
Absolutely.
I think that's the major upset with food stamps right now, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, everybody on food stamps doesn't want to work. That's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. There are people that are on there on benefits that are screwing the fuck out of the system, but the system wasn't created for them.
Exactly.
The system was created for you're tired, you're hungry, and you're weak.
Yeah.
And it's totally flown way past that. Technology has actually created this chaos with the system, because when it was case by case, I can tell you right now, like I took a relative 20 years ago, and she sat down in the office and she was trying to get, she's not a relative, she was married in the family. She was trying to get food stamps because she did not want to work. You know what her caseworker told her? Here's 4 places that will give you a job right now. I just called them. You can work there. Because she was more than capable. She had a Dooney and Burke bag. She had her nails done. She had her hair done. Guess what? You didn't need the food stamps. If you had enough money to get your nails done, you had enough money to buy your kids food. And that's how it should have been all along. You should have a caseworker that talks to you individually. And I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is. And I see a lot of this shit on TikTok where like everybody that's on food stamps gets put into one basket. There's 2 different baskets. There's people that actually do need help that are struggling, and then there's people that are abusing the system, and they need to weed that out.
And it's not even that. Even though before it still was a screwed up system, because my first husband that we mentioned earlier in this podcast, my first husband did not. So we were what they call common law married. We didn't actually. We had a Native American ceremony. We didn't get a license and all of that and all of the things. So even though we lived in the same household, we both applied for food stamps, and we were both given food stamps. Now me, as a quote unquote single female, at that time we were living in Oklahoma, and the state of Oklahoma gave me, I think, right at just over $200 a month. That was what I earned in food stamps, and I was working. I was working. I had a job, but it wasn't paying, enough to pay the bills and stuff like this. And he was prior military, fought in Vietnam. My first husband was 18 years older than me. He was in at the tail end of Vietnam. A veteran of our country. And I can't stress this enough, a veteran of our country, and they said he made too much money from his disability, military disability, to get more than $16 a month in food stamps. Do you know what $16 a month will buy you in food stamps? Even, and this is 20 years ago, not much.
Nothing.
Loaf of bread, gallon of milk, box of eggs.
That's true. I mean, back then, even I had applied when I first came back to Texas because I didn't have a job, obviously. I came back home. I went and applied and they denied me. I was the only job I could get as soon as I got here was a $2.50 hour waitressing job at a cocktail bar. That was the only thing that I could do because I was trying to go to school. I had just moved to Texas, trying to do all the things. They said I made too much money at $2.50 an hour. I wasn't making hardly anything in tips. They said I made too much money. However, my friend at the same time who worked at Walmart, right, who also had a spouse who had a job, and they had 2 kids. I had one. They get like $1,300.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had called and I complained, I talked to customer service rep through them. The lady literally told me, "Oh, well, can you play up your race a little more if you were just to speak in your native tongue?" And I was like, "Hold on, calm down. My native tongue is English because I was born in America. I don't speak Spanish." She's like, "Well, if you just play up the Spanish card, you'd probably get food stamps. Just reapply and then play up the Spanish card." It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't fucking matter. So literally, I've only ever struggled 3 times in my life, and all 3 times I applied, all 3 times I was denied, even though I was actively just in a situation where I was in between jobs. I have tried to apply for temporary food stamps because it was going to be about a 2-month difference, and I was a single mom. Absolutely not. Never got help. But then I know my friends who are other single moms that were just making that, and all I needed was enough to get me through for 2 months.
Yeah.
Nothing more. Just 2 months until this other job. Like I had to quit the one job and start the other job. I had rent right in the middle. I just needed help with groceries. And that's all I need. And I was honest about it.
Yeah.
No, can't get any help. But my friends, and there's a couple people that had no business even getting the food stamps, got them. And it blew my fucking mind. Blew my mind. The system is fucked.
Well, it's all backwards, upside down, and purple. Like none of it makes sense to me. But the thing I actually even went into about the food stamps, I didn't even mean to get off on that railroad car. But the thing is, it comes back to the internet and the clapback. Like people just be saying like the stupidest shit on the interweb, and they're hiding behind their camera, they're hiding behind their keyboard. Well, I can say whatever I want. It's TikTok, or I can say whatever I want. It's Facebook or whatever. Like that shit follows you. So this woman made this video. And I made a clapback video. That's what started this whole thing, because I said I made the clapback comments for the horse issue. So I made a clapback video because I don't announce the fact that I am on government assistance. It's not really anybody's business to know. But I felt like it was important for me to say something, because this woman literally sat there on the camera, looked at the camera dead in the face, while she's smacking on some kind of treat, mind you. She's eating and smacking while she's doing it. And she's literally like, "Well, what did you do with last month's food stamps?" Bitch, I ate them motherfuckers. That's what I did with them. I ate them because, that's what it's there for. She seems to be under the impression that, every single person that's on food stamps gets like thousands of dollars in food stamps. I don't get quite $300. $300, and I feed myself. And I don't eat fancy. And $300 will feed me for about 3 weeks. And then that last week of the month, I'm usually eating shit out of a can.
I think it's awfully presumptuous and pig-headed of her to do that.
But here's the thing.
Because, first of all, not everybody anticipated a government shutdown.
But here's the thing, though. Why I'm saying you have to be, yes, I did a clapback video, but you have to be so cognizant of what you say on the internet, because this woman was so smarmy and so smug, and there was so much outrage over what she had to say. Bitch lost her job behind that.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. So now guess who's probably going to need to apply for food stamps?
That sucks, but still.
I mean, it does suck, but karma's a bitch.
I hope she's real sparing with them.
I mean, I hope she, stocks up on her pantry items and doesn't get a bunch of junk food.
That's the thing. People think that everybody on food stamps does that. That's not the case. Not the case at all. There are people that do that. I've seen them. I've seen them on TikTok. I've seen the one that she bought, went to Sam's and bought just cases of fucking the most unhealthiest shit. And listen, it does burn my ass from time to time. Whenever I'm paying cash $200-300 for a month's worth of groceries, and I see somebody walk up with an EBT card and getting steak and lobster, it does piss me the fuck off. It does. Because I'm like, well, I'm over here paying cash for my shit. Like, growing up, we got government cheese and government ham, if you know, you know. And, so I can get it, but at the same time, not everybody does that. Not everybody does that.
Well, and I'm here to tell you.
There are people out there that abuse the system. Not everybody, though.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Occasionally, I will buy something for myself with my food stamps that most people would say, oh, you shouldn't do that. But every now and again, it's fine if you buy yourself a nice piece of meat.
Yeah.
Or, a decadent treat. But that's...
No, my complaint was a lady that had 3 briskets and a fuck ton of... bitch... Really?
I can buy a brisket. I did it recently, actually. I can buy a brisket, and it's a very expensive cut of meat, and especially right now. But it's also a very big cut of meat, and I can buy a brisket, and I can eat on that brisket myself for 2 weeks. So will I buy a brisket? Yes, I will, because that's going to be quite... That's going to be quite a chunk of my month of meat. What am I not going to do with it?
But you're not making said brisket and then selling plates for $12 a plate to make money off of your food stamps.
I saw somebody did that. Something very similar to that. She bought a bunch of baking stuff with her food stamps and then sold the cakes and pies that she made or something. And I can't remember where it was even, but she got in trouble, and then they told her she owed all of the food stamp money back. Like, she had to pay the state back for that.
When we worked for Mushmore, I had a regular customer that would wait until her food stamps came in, buy all the shit she needed to make asada, tacos, enchiladas, all the things. She'd buy all the stuff with her $1,300 in food stamps and turn around and make a $2,000-3,000 profit. She would go and just sell food. And she would go to M&M Mars. She would go to fucking, any of the parking lot where all the blue-collar guys are. She would go and sell that shit, take orders. And she's telling me, she's like, literally, that's how she makes her income. That's still selling your stamps. She's like, no, it's not. Yeah, it kind of is.
And there ain't no kind of to it. Like, if you're purchasing things with your food stamps and then making cakes or pies or dinner plates or whatever, and then selling those, you are selling your food stamps. You're just trading them from food to money. But the whole point was you needed food. You're just going to have to turn around and take that money and go to the grocery store for your own food. So what the hell? I don't understand why they do that.
Don't either, and it pisses me off, and it's expensive. I have to have a special diet because I have liver disease. I have NAFLD. I had my gallbladder taken out when I was really young. And the after effects of losing your gallbladder at 17 is now when you're in your 40s that, you know, your liver's like, fuck. And so...
We're at the 120 mark, so we're going to have to start wrapping it up.
You're good. So, to buy food for me for just a 2-week period, that's $150 just for myself because I have to have a special diet.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention my child and my husband. My husband pays for all the big stuff. But literally, that's fucking expensive. So I get really on edge or offended when I see somebody making food plates when I know there's people out there that actually use the food stamps and need the food stamps. They're not buying junk food. They're not doing... There were people last year buying Halloween candy with food stamps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Why the fuck?
Because...
Like, you know...
I mean, look, as a diabetic person, I don't buy a lot of junk to begin with. In fact, for my Big Bubba to come, I bought a pecan pie for dessert, and I didn't eat. I ate one slice of that pecan pie. The rest of it went home with my nephew the other day when he came over and I fed him tacos. I don't keep a lot of that stuff, but occasionally, like buying something special or for an occasion is like, okay, they're gonna give us half of our food stamps for November. Do you know how many? And I understand like priorities and all that, but do you know how many people are not gonna be able to have a Thanksgiving because they're not gonna get their full food stamps?
Yes, and that does make me sad. That does make me sad. Because there's a lot of kids that are going to go without because of the shutdown.
But...
And I know it's just a silly holiday, but it's really sad for kids.
Oops. Okay.
What are you doing?
It's noon, so I have medications at noon. 4 times a day, 8, 12, 4, and 8. I have to do my good friend insulin, and I have to check my sugar, do my insulin, and take my other medication that I have to take 4 times a day. I'm not going to say what it is. You know what it is. We talked about it a while ago.
Yeah.
8, 12, 4, and 8. I already did that. I got it out already. I was like, did I do that? I didn't think so. But I did. So, I guess we're to a point now where we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're rapidly coming up on an hour and a half, which we both were like, we're going to start cutting it down to an hour. And we talk too much. We never do.
Well, that's the whole point, I think. The problem with Spooky was that we had to find enough Spooky to fill in that gap. That's why Coffee and Bad Decision exists. We can actually talk about real topics and also bullshit, tell funny stories, do whatever. It's just literally the idea is for it to be like just hanging out with 2 of your gal pals, listen to us, do our thing, you know, talk about some crazy shit.
You want to talk about some crazy shit? Can we talk about why life-saving medication is so fucking expensive?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, that goes into one of the things I think we were supposed to talk about, Big Pharma? And
we're definitely gonna have very soon an episode about Big Pharma. We kind of touched on it in Conspiracy Theories episode of Spooky, but it's not spooky as much as it just pisses me off. But anyway, there's that. We will get into that possibly next week. We shall see. But we're working hard to get you guys out content, even if it means like if we mess up, we have to turn around and reshoot an entire episode because one of us is a dumbass. We'll definitely do that. Just bear with us. We don't always have the lag, so I apologize for the pauses that have happened today, but at least we didn't miss anything that Ash had to say. Yeah, I'm really glad that I think that this episode, for a first episode of a podcast, is pretty good. I think we did a good job. I'm really happy that you guys are here with us. Word of mouth is a big thing. I haven't done it yet, but we will have a Facebook page, and we will have a YouTube. The YouTube, I think, is up. I just need to be able to upload. So we'll be doing that. This will be out tomorrow. Not tomorrow. First of all, this episode comes out on the 7th.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said tomorrow, because my brain is...
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not tomorrow. But anyway, you will be able to find this podcast. Where will we be able to find this podcast? Hang on, and I'll tell you. I have a list. Oh, looky there. Looky at that shit. What I couldn't find earlier. It's all right there.
Notes?
Yeah. Sure did. Okay, so you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Pocket Cast, Pandora, which is also SiriusXM if you didn't know that, and Podchaser. So any of those, share with your friends. Like, word of mouth is a big thing. We're just going to try to have a good time and enjoy each other's company and keep you guys entertained. And if you like the spooky aspect, very cool, we can do that too. All you got to do is head on over to any of those aforementioned platforms, and we are there under the spookiness of it all. So I guess we're going to close with that. It's been fun. Ash, you got any last minute stuff?
No, I think I'm good.
So you think with next episode we should get into Big Pharma and what a dickhead they are?
Yeah, I think we should, but we're only having this conversation for educational purposes. And that we don't have any major underlying health problems, so if we randomly disappear...
Ping our phone.
Here, or something happens to us, it was directly not because of us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch.
Ping my phone, bitch. All right, with all that said, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you on the flip-flop.